existing one. Okay, reuse existing one. Databricks level security. From Azure portal, Databricks service left side IAM page. Okay, this left side IAM page. This way. Next. Add role assignment. Like owner, contributor, or leader. Okay, add role assignment. Then select the required role. Go to members. Plus selected members. Add above AD user, for example, user 1, and review plus assign. This is for the complete service level or resource level security. So service means resource, not level. Other one we have workspace level and notebook level security. These two are managed at the workspace itself or from the workspace. Here it is. Go to workspace. You practiced the earlier classes about user settings. Now the other one, admin console. There you see admin console. And click on add user. It's asking for the email address, right? So for this reason, we documented the email address. Okay. Make sure you provide a valid email address. Next. So for example, this one. Say admin, meaning confirm, check it, meaning complete permissions on the entire workspace. Mean this particular user can create a cluster, can remove existing cluster, start a cluster, download nodes, and upload nodes. Any operation. The workspace admins have complete access to the DBFS also. Remember the point. Here, there are two important permissions pertaining to DBFS. Number one, admin. Any activity can be performed. Or we have Databricks SQL role. Here it is. SQL access role. Admin can perform any operations inside the workspace, right from cluster creations to DBFS to managing security, etc., including generate token, yesterday's class. Another permission called workspace role. Perform any operation within the workspace. Okay, and here cannot operate on the cluster and cannot create new tokens. Remember this. SQL access. Grant full access to tables and temporary. Remember the other day we created tables, we created temporary. So careful. Those tables and views can be given access to the members of SQL role, of SQL access role. These are all the roles actually. Unrestricted. Can perform any operation inside the workspace. any operations in the workspace. Some security. This is like a contributor. Okay, now we have workspace level security. Other important item, we have something called notebook level security. In order to have notebook level security, we need to first configure workspace level security. For example, there is a user. Assume there is a user called user1. You would like to assign permissions to few particular notebooks. Then that user should be registered at the workspace level first. Then only we can provide permissions at individual notebooks. So here it is, step number 1. Register the user at workspace or in workspace. Go to workspace, admin console, add required user. No need of giving any permission. We did the same thing, right? Left side settings, admin console, add user. Add user. But we need not mention any permissions. Okay. Do not select any role. Then step number 2. Workspace users. Go to users. Click down arrow and go to permissions. Or other option. Go to ADB workspace, database workspace. Click on required user. We see all notebooks for that particular user. Select required notebook. You'll see all notebooks, select the required notebook. Click down arrow one second and provide the permissions. Let me show you this thing. So first register the user at the workspace level. Okay, so here we go. Click on add user and provide the username. So remember, it should be a valid active directory user. Then next item. Go to left side settings. What we did? Admin console, right? As per the notes. Admin console. Now left side workspace users. Firstly, admin console. Now let's left side. Category workspace, left workspace. This one. Go to workspace. Left side workspace. There you see users. Down arrow, this one down. You see permissions. We registered the user at the workspace level. Then we will see in this slide something like this. Now add that user1. Read permissions, run notebooks, edit notebooks, or manage. Here manage means all above plus download. The other day we learned how to download and export the notebooks. Click on manage. Click add and click save. So this particular user, whichever user you added just now, that user can perform any kind of operation like creating notebooks, or downloading or exporting notebooks, etc. Because you got manage permission. All these days, in last week, we have been creating notebooks, or say, I am creating the notebooks under my account. So I see the notebooks I created here. Click on the user. These are the notebooks I created. If some other user created the notebook, they see their notebooks in the list, in this, like user-wise notebooks. So something like this now. Users are like schemas. In workspace environment, users are like schemas. Friends, hope you are writing your observation notes, right, everyone? Yes, please. Yes or no, everyone?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, because yes, I could see some other kind of questions on the chat now. As usual, concentrate carefully. Please. It's our life. Cannot, get a dance in our thinking, right? Please, let's stay tuned. We get proper questions at the right time. Where we are, observe carefully. Here it is. Please observe carefully. All important for us. Whatever notebooks I created till now, they are registered in my user account. Now, who are the other? These are my team members, other AD users. Yes, these users are the list of users from the workspace. So whatever list you see in the workspace, all these users, only those users will be seen in the workspace level users, this one. Now for these users, each of the users may own one or more notebooks. You'll see this way. By default, you see something called trash. Trash means recently deleted notebooks. Recently deleted notebooks will be maintained for 14 days. 14 days. So I created a notebook. I deleted it. Then I see the deleted entries in trash. We can also empty the trash. And here we have something called as copy file path. Yes, previously we are talking about cloning a notebook or renaming a notebook or export notebook, etc. Copy file path. We can copy the complete path of the notebook, but that would be again linked to ADB resource ID as we got yesterday's class. This ADB resource ID. So the person who is using the notebook should have permissions for read. You got read, run, manage permissions. And click on permissions. Earlier, service level. Then workspace level. Then what else? Here it is, notebook level. Click on permissions. So only for that particular notebook. Remember, previous screen was about all notebooks. Now only for that particular notebook, we can for a client only read permissions. Add in this way. There is something called notified new users. If it is existing user, you modify the permissions, then no change. Okay? Modify the permissions, like from read you give run. For existing users, you modify the permission, no new notification will be sent. But if in case you add a new user, then a notification would be sent stating that so and so notebook was given so and so permissions by so and so person, the owner. Okay. This way we have service level, then workspace level, and notebook level. In notebook, there are two things we need to learn. Number one, drop down user permission, user level permission for all notebooks. For example, I created a notebook or I created some notebooks. I would like to provide access to these notebooks to you. The drop down permissions. So whatever notebooks already existing in my user account, plus whatever notebooks I am going to create next can be provided access. Remember that. In case you are from OLTP database environment, like Microsoft SQL Server or Sybase, or in case you are from a warehousing environment as Snowflake, then remember these are like schemas. We call them ownership roles. So for every user, you got the notebooks ready, something like this. So user level permissions or within a particular user, notebook level permissions. Remember that. Back to notes. Here it is. Register user first. Then go to Databricks workspace. Then down arrow and permissions. This is called complete the user level permissions. User level permissions for notebooks. Okay, this one. Make it more clear in case you are documenting your observation notes. The next one, here we have notebook level permissions. A particular notebook, we can define the permission. Yes. Next, with this information, we have something called as app connection. Go to workspace, yesterday's class, you remember user setting. So admin console is different, user setting is different. Back, settings, admin console, user setting. Now the other one, we have something called manage account. User setting, yesterday's class, token. Token is the only option. And there was a question yesterday. One of our participants asking me a question. Can we see the expiry date? Yes, here it is. Okay, just in case. We can see the expiry date. And next. So apart from user settings for tokens, in case you have DevOps, the participants are going for DevOps, you have options for Git username or Git email. That Git username or Git email can also be granted permissions at workspace level as well as notebook level, but not at service level. I repeat, in case of DevOps, then we have the DevOps account. We have the DevOps service. You get an email address. It would be something like this, a@b.com, something like that. That email addresses also we can add. Preferably Azure DevOps accounts we can add. But same process again. Complete workspace level or notebook level. Next. One important thing, a small customization option. The user settings. There is something called notebook settings, mainly for attached, detached. is very
नाही
important.
चालेल ना. 11 वाजता म्हणजे मग रात्री 11
Here
वाजता
we go.
पोहोचेल आज, बरोबर?
Automatically launch
हो हो
and
चालेल.
attach
घेऊन
to
जाऊ.
cluster.
काही problem नाही.
Whenever the customer,
हो हो
developers or
मी
data
बोलून घेतो
scientists,
तसं
data
गावाची
scientists,
कोणतं
they create new
काय आहे तर, ठीक आहे.
for their
बोलणी
machine
वगैरे
learning
कोणती
or
कुठली आहे.
application development or for their own reason.
मी येऊन जातो.
They create a new notebook, something like this. Plus,
हो आम्ही
create
2 दिवस राहता की काय?
use some notebook.
2 दिवस
I'll
थांबला
say, for
म्हटलं.
example, Scala notebook, our next example.
हा हो हो चालेल. काही problem नाही.
Here,
हो.
say create
हो,
notebook.
yeah.
Now, click create. Just click create. Here, the cluster will be attached automatically. If we check the terms. Otherwise, customers have to explicitly select the required cluster, the drop down. So, do you want to automatically attach the cluster, or you wanted to tell the users to manually select the cluster from the list? We have to mention. That is the actual option I'm talking about. Once again, here user settings, notebooks, automatically launch and attach the cluster. Now the question arises, what if there are multiple clusters? Which cluster it has to attach to?
Yes, sir.
The first all-purpose cluster will be attached. The first all-purpose cluster will be attached. If you remember, in earlier classes, there are 2 types of clusters. One is all-purpose, and what's the second one? Come on, mic with everyone now. Mic with everyone. What's the second one?
Cluster.
Interactive cluster. For interactive cluster.
Exactly, correct. Yes. Here we go. Let's continue. Thank you, Elizabeth. Response. Yes, here we go. Where do you see them? Go to company. Go to company. And here you see the all-purpose cluster. The other one is job cluster. We'll take job clusters next item. We'll take Scala notebooks and then go for job schedule. If there are multiple clusters, I was mentioning earlier, there can be multiple clusters. The diagram I was showing you last week, we have multiple clusters in the DBFS circuits. If there are multiple clusters, then the cluster that was created first will be automatically in the drop-down list first. And go back to settings, user settings, notebook settings. Here you see something called smart code and bracket match. Whenever I type open parenthesis, when closing parenthesis comes automatically. Whenever I give some code, starting double quote, we get one ending double quote automatically, especially for string values. That is called smart code and bracket match. And same way, automatic closure of HTML and HTML and XML tags. And we have notebook notification. In case, for example, say someone gave access to the notebook. I was showing you a few minutes back. Go to settings, user set the admin console and provide access or register the user to the workspace. Then left side go to workspace and what we did here, we click on a particular notebook and set permission. This is the one I'm talking about. Notify the users. As of now, it's only for new users. No notifications for permissions to exist or edit of permissions to exist. And we have something else called manage account. Click on manage account. And once you click on manage account, What account it is? Let's see. Yes, it takes you to the open source Databricks website. Remember, last week classes was mentioning something called Azure Databricks website. Hope you remember. Away from away from the regular Databricks. Here it is. When to use it? Very simple. The manage account option is required in case you would like to integrate Azure Databricks workspace with other cloud. I repeat, Azure Databricks workspace with other cloud. What other cloud it means? Other Azure or Microsoft related cloud. Example, DevOps. DevOps is a separate cloud altogether. Power Apps, another cloud. Or very recently they got Microsoft has got something called government accounts, like US government account, China government account, etc. Those are the other clouds. Yes, here entity. I repeat one second. Manage account is required in case if the currently available Databricks resource should be managed or integrated with other Microsoft related clouds, like best example DevOps cloud. Why it is required? For common AD, common Active Directory. How to understand it? Simple and straight. I just wanted to give this page, just in case. We are not into DevOps anyway, but just in case. I say this one. Just go to DevOps account once. It's a dev dot. Okay, I just do this one. Dev dot Azure dot. So just go there. Yes, here it is. There will be something called as linking activity. In case you happen to any DevOps account or the DevOps engineer, will be having a secured handshaking basis. Just wait. I'll show you with a small diagram. It would be easier and straightforward. Just wait. Here you. Yes, something like that. Let me show you. Well, assume, for example, there is a DevOps team. Okay. Assume there is a DevOps team. There is DevOps user, separate department, separate team altogether. And we, as data engineers, we are into Azure, right? Portal.azure. DevOps, dev.azure.com. No credit card required for registration. Anyone can register with any email address. But portal.azure.com is not like that. Right? We have a 1 month free trade access, $200 credit. Now, how to get these two linked? For example, you own an Azure Databricks resource. You would like to grant DevOps users some permission. Then what we do? There comes very, very, very important concept called tenant. Something called as tenant we call. Here it is. Linking activity. This is the dev.azure.com, okay, portal. And from there you see something called left side Azure Active Directory. This is the option I'm talking about. So Azure DevOps user can establish connection to the entire Azure Active Directory. They can reuse. I mean, for example, the users of Azure Active Directory can enjoy the permissions with the DevOps resources. That is called tenant. We call it as tenant. And here is the actual screen. We say connect. So a DevOps account can connect with Azure Active Directory. One tenantship will be created automatically. That is one way. Another interesting way is, no, I don't want entire Active Directory to be connected. I would like to have only the currently available workspace user to have the AD or the DevOps permission. Then comes this option, manage account. I repeat again, from dev.azure.com, entire AD can be granted permissions for your organization. Or the other way, only already registered users are there, right? Only these users are granted connection to dev.azure.com cloud, other cloud. It is possible by using this manage account permission. For example purpose, I said dev.azure.com DevOps. It can be even Microsoft Teams or other cloud environments within Microsoft. Remember. So it is something which has to be managed with other teams. For now, we'll concentrate more on these two. If in future, if some DevOps admin, in DevOps again there are two things. DevOps engineers are different, DevOps admins are different. Security is mainly controlled by DevOps admin. Usually DevOps admins would be previously SQL database admins. Yes, because DevOps admin require SQL server. DevOps admin requires something called DevOps server. DevOps server is nothing but SQL server. Local SQL server, on-premise. So, olden days they were SQL DBS, now they happen to be DevOps admins. They manage the security. So, we need to work with DevOps admins and they provide the required credentials for us to manage the account. So, once you click as a data engineer, you click on manage account. It will prompt you for a separate sign-in. The sign-in requires the DevOps account or Microsoft Teams account. Either of those two accounts will require. For now, remember, within the context of our DP203 and Databricks, you'll focus on those two, first two. Just remember that. Next, where we are, we got three different security items now. Databricks level or resource level. Number two, we have workspace level. Number three, complete user level notebook permissions. Number four, individual notebook permissions. We got all these options. For user level and notebook level permission, we need to register the user in the workspace. Once you practice these items, then one more thing. Go to create notebook. Go to create new notebook. Few minutes back, I created an empty notebook. If you remember something called Scala notebook. Come on, friends, where do I access that notebook? Few minutes back, I created a notebook, right? Come on, where do we access that notebook?
Go to workspace.
Workspace, then the user.
Use that.
You go to workspace, go to users, Go to use
And your
and click on notebook.
Yes. Yes.
yes.
Click on this notebook, okay, left side. Don't click on the right side. Again, it's different. There is no open option here, okay? For opening the notebook, you have to click on the notebook. Are we clear so far, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Satisfactory response. So I can give an alternative now. Reset. Got it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now,
Sir.
right. Now,
Yes, sir.
whenever I was talking about something called left side recent, right? Here it is. Go to left side and recent. We see only one notebook, right? What about previous one? Yes, recent means within this particular workspace environment. Once I close this window, again relaunch the workspace, again new set of recent items. Now here what I will do is a recap of previously available items. Remember, previously we understood Python notebook, and there we talked about extraction, loading to Azure SQL database environment. Same way, let's understand a different item now. Read and write. Here it is. Requirement: read a given input file, transform and load data into SQL database. In Azure portal, create Azure SQL Server and database. Just you can ignore it. It's already there, you ignore it. Set the firewall. We did it couple of days back. Databricks service ready, workspace ready, cluster ready. And this is the file we uploaded. Now what we do is here, we need to define the connections. Let's take you. This is one cell. Previously we got a URL through variable. Server name one variable, database name another variable, port number one variable, credentials another variable. Now without any variables, I am just having the credentials as they are. Observe carefully. Either style you can do. Once we get these credentials ready, now what next? Let's simply run.
Sir, you didn't attach
But
the
on
cluster.
top, sir, please. But on top, you see, it is detached, right? You remember? Yes, everyone, are we getting it?
Yes, sir. Multiple options.
Yes. So whenever, now what I do is, please, we are learning. Please, click on run cell, automatically prompt for attach. Okay, it automatically prompt for attach. Click attach and run. Which one you wanted to have? Cluster, attach and run, and you are done. Now, once it is done, we'll go for questions after some time, please. Once it is done, then you run the command. Yes, let's have the connections ready. Once your connection is ready, then previous class we got path.read.csv, SQL context.read.csv. Hope you remember, everyone, previous classes.
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes.
Yes, now it is path.read.format. Earlier we are only limiting to CSV. Here it can be a CSV or PDF, anything it can be. Whatever format you provide, the same format should be available. It should match with the file. That's important. In our next classes, we are going to have JSON file. and something called parquet files. Parquet or parquet files. So there we are supposed to use format. So format is for CSV or any format. Then what about spark.read.csv and SQL context.read.csv? Their comparison we'll do next. Let's complete this example now. Your data frame ready. Once your data frame is ready, so source is ready and connection details are ready, right? The connection details are ready. From here, display. Hope you practiced earlier classes. Display. What the alternative for display? Do you remember?
Print.
Alternative for display.
Print.
Take. Take.
Yeah, see.
It is similar to print anyway. I understand. Yes, it is take. To represent display and to convert the temporary view and read from the temporary view. You remember last week classes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Alternate. Directed display and here a transformation. With column rename, it's a transformation function. Previous notebook, no transformations. We just got a data frame and we imported the PySpark module, right? You remember? PySpark module imported for a class. What is the class name? Do you remember? What is the class name?
Facebook.
Data frame writer class. Forgot? Data frame writer class. You remember? Import PySpark.sql for data frame writer class. You remember there?
Yes, sir.
Please,
Yes, sir.
I have those important things, okay? Here, what I do is no such import required for Scala. With column renamed, it's a transformation function. I'll be providing you a list of transformation functions. It's all about data frame dot that relevant transformation function and parameters. Here it is renamed, say old name, comma new name. Then what next? Yes, we are supposed to load the data. A simple process. This newly available data frame dot write dot JDBC. I'll say, for example, June 29, like this. We are writing the data. Okay, let's wait. I think 1 minute. Not found value transform DB. I think I didn't execute this one. Yes, I didn't execute, right? There is no output, isn't it?
You have
Come on, are we getting it now? There is no output, right here.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So run. Yes, you got the output. It's ready. From here, what I have to do? I have to simply create a notebook and write the data. Now it says login failed. Yes, previously successful login. Everything is fine. Now it says login failed. Why? Expand plus symbol. And it says login failed. Don't worry about all these items. Not really required. Just we need to look into one particular keyword. One specific keyword we need to look into. Here, there is something called error number 4066. Remember that number. There are a lot of errors, I understand. We need to specifically look for error number 4066. Remember this. 14334. 4066 error. 4066 error means not able to log in. 4066 error means not able to log in. Again, for login, there is one more error called 2418. But damn sure you get this error in case of any login problem. And if 4066 error is in addition to 4004 error, that means it is invalid server. Remember, I repeat once again, we have to bypass these two errors. 4066, previously, yes, we are very new. I just gave successful connection. Remember, 4066 login failed. If it is local SQL server, we say 18456 error. Local SQL server, there are few errors we need to remember. 18456 login failed. That is regular SSMS, okay, regular connection. From Spark environment, 4066 login failed. 4004. If you come across something called, sometimes we see network related error or instance specific error. Have you ever experienced it? Regular SQL server. Network related instance specific error. Sorry. No worries. Let me show you 18456 error first. Okay, I'll just make sure I provide the correct server name and correct login name. Here it is. 18456 error. These are the well-known errors we need to remember. Okay, login failed 18456 error.
Yes, sir.
Or same way, I'll give something like this and connect. It gives network related error or instance specific error. 30 seconds timeout. You try to connect for 30 seconds. Then you nice error. That is instance related error, instance specific or network related error we call it. So there are few errors we need to remember. Let's wait for the error I was talking about. This one, friend, network related error or instance specific error it is. One at the connection level, other one at the login level, right? 18456. Same way, in our Spark environment also, we need to remember 4066 login failed error, logon error. And there is something called do execute connection. This is 4004 error. By heart. How to resolve them? Make sure you provide valid server name and valid username password. Okay, I just gave a different one just to show you the error message. But I want you to try. Everything is fine, okay? Just give URL and what is the URL? Our earlier server name, database name, proper table. Once you write, then you'll also practice this one, how to read. This one, just read. Earlier, dot write. Now it is dot read. Earlier it is write dot JDBC. You know how to resolve the error. I'm leaving it to you now. Do it. Provide the correct server name, correct password, and spark.read.jdbc. From here, we are assigning to a data frame. What we can do? Display of data frame. How to get the correct server name? Do you remember? Come on. How to get the correct server name? I'll wait.
From the resources data break.
Yes, go to resources, not Databricks, no, not Databricks. Regular resources, right? Azure portal resources, you remember? Home, all resources. SQL Server. Exactly, yes. Go to SQL server. This is the server we created the other day. You remember?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And this is the server name, right? So I'm supposed to provide this server name. So copy the server name. I gave actually a wrong server. I am supposed to provide the correct server name. Are we getting it now, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Just want to show you the connection.
Yes.
Remember the error numbers. There it is on 18456. There means regular SQL over 18456. What about here? Come on, please. Do you remember what the number?
406.
400.
If you are from South India, you know 1066. Pahale Apollo. Really? Something like that. Hope you know how to remember 1433. You got it by now, right? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
No, 143, right? Add one more 3. Back to our childhood, right? 9th class, 10th class. Common. To stop for today, please, I request you go to the things carefully. I would say still you at least did submit the FAQ answers. I am sending all questions and answers for first 4 chapters, FAQ answers for everyone. Please make sure you complete all the items and get ready. Hope it is clear, everyone, please.
Yes, sir.
Hope it, go to the FAQ answers, everyone, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please do it. Please do it. And I'm sending you the security document along with. Previously we have Python notebook. Now it is Scala notebook. Both on the screen. Tomorrow we'll understand when to go for which and when to go for SQL context.read.csv, when to go for the old one, spark.read.csv, and when to go for spark.read.csv. Okay? Comparisons will do. But just in case for easy clarity to save our learning time, I got Python notebooks, Scala notebook example, one below the other for our easy learning and comparing the connection string. I'll mail you this particular document also. Hope you'll go to the FAQs and the notes, everyone, please. FAQ answers and the notes, please.
Yes, sir.
Do it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
For first 4 chapters, I'm sending it. Okay, please go through it here. Remaining, I'll do. Let me give at least one more day time. Please try to with the things. I included a few extra FAQs and answers also. In the answer document, I included few extra things as well, so please go through them. I don't want to overload you, so I didn't give complete list of FAQs earlier actually. I understand. Time is also important. One mail sent just now. Please check it, friends. I'll wait. One mail sent just now. Please check it. I'll wait. This weekend for everyone, either whether you are into our DevOps or not, for everyone, we have a free workshop this weekend, this Saturday, a free workshop for Azure DevOps with Azure Databricks. Don't miss it. In case you are missing it, no problem. Let me know. I'll send the video for it. It's not a big deal.
So what time is the workshop?
Same time system, same time.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Because 8 AM we had, like PowerShell with SQL workshop separately. If anyone completed DBA course from us earlier in the past, Azure DBA, we have a separate workshop this weekend 8 AM. PowerShell scripting with Azure. There are new things in PowerShell from Microsoft. Just in case, if anyone completed it. For this DevOps with Azure Databricks, the common workshop for everyone. And I assume we are new to DevOps. Okay, I'll take it from there for easy count. Just in case, if anyone will expect it. One mail sent, please check it.
Not received. What's your mail?
Please check it first. Please refresh. Please refresh. I'll wait. Please refresh it. I'll wait.
Received, sir.
Got it, sir.
Got it, sir.
Received.
Well, so how is the class going on? How are the classes going on? Heavy or light or okay? Heavy or light or okay?
All good, sir. Good so far. Good, sir.
Okay, sir.
Light, because next week class will be heavy. Really. How to make it light? Yes. More practice.
More practice.
Please practice. Please. Make a question. Please. I repeat once again. Previously, I gave one path, right? You remember? I gave one path. I mailed you the path also. You remember, friends, everyone? The next upcoming items. Yes. Are we getting it now, everyone? Please.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes. Yes.
Truly speaking, I said lot of pressure on me to make you understand the things as they are all very new to the environment. Really, please practice as
Sure,
getting
sir.
it, please. Please practice the items carefully as is. Truly speaking, next week would be a bit light, truly speaking. But once we get into the implementation level, then it will be like, no, I don't want to say heavy or complex or difficult. After all, man-made technology, really, after all, man-made technology, right? Nothing is coming from the heaven. But we need to practice. By heart the things here. By heart everything. Remember the error numbers. If in case you are writing your running notes, please remember the error numbers. 18456. For 18456, what is the error number in Spark? Come on, please. Here 18456.
4066. 4004.
Yes, 1066 Apollo, right? Pahela Apollo, not childhood. Same way. 4066, remember that. Same way, here it is network related error. Here it is 4004. Okay. Stop for today. I request you to go through the notes carefully. Meeting tomorrow as usual. To continue with notebook comparisons. Then go for data lake with notebooks. We'll do one by one. Thank you. Please practice. Thank you.
Sir,
No one.
can we ask you the questions?
Yes, sir. Come down now. You can ask.
So, just to clarify, 4066 error was the incorrect SQL Server name kind of thing, right? We can remember that if this error comes, then the SQL Server name is incorrect, kind of.
Exactly. There are predefined errors. Exactly.
And if 4004 comes, then what can we say in the layman terms, like what actually is the error, how to understand it's a network related error, or like what kind of error?
I got it. That will be very clear and straight. If you are writing your running notes earlier, it's happy. It's not just 18456 error. Okay. Login page. Okay, this is regular SQL server. Here it is. Okay. Next.
Oh,
This login page. Valid server. Here it is. Network related record. Error number 26. Truly speaking, this error number 26 actually. The event cause. Got it?
got it.
Okay, just take a screenshot or write your observation.
All right, written, sir.
Just by heart. By heart. We read it. Read it.
Okay. Okay. And I think we will discuss this in the next session anyhow, but just wanted to confirm. So this particular thing, when we did the like massaging and transformations with the data frames in Python, we did inherited, like imported a class and the library. And in the Scala, for the same thing, we did not need that. I think you mentioned also in the
Compare the things. We'll do it tomorrow. Next. Comparisons.
yes,
Same different parameters.
yes, yes. Okay, understood.
Sir, can you please explain a little bit again about the tenant and active directory?
So, here it is.
Thank you.
I own a house. I own a house. You came for rent. Means you are my tenant, right? So, is
Yes, sir. Yes.
same way. So tenant means a
Demo.
resource, a resource, yeah, DevOps or Power BI also, anything, a resource. A resource that can be used for use specific operations. They cannot own the resource, but they can utilize the resource. Got my point? There is no one. That is peaceful. Yes, perfect. Let's continue. So here it is. I'll just take it this way. In the demo class, the initial introduction class, if you remember, I gave one diagram, actually gave one Excel file. That Excel file, there is one particular diagram. Data plan. These connections are there, right? Outside arrow marks there.
Mhm.
Each arrow mark results in a tenant.
Oh,
Each
okay.
arrow mark results in a tenant. Same way. Same way. For example, I'll take another diagram for you. Any connection outside that particular cloud automatically results in a tenant. Assume there is a cloud called Power BI cloud. Someone wanted to connect and enjoy the resources. Then one tenantship is required. I repeat once again. You have a cloud with you. Someone wanted to come and connect and perform operations. That results in a tenant. So any kind of external trusted connections results in tenant. Any kind of outside cloud connections, trusted connections, result in something called as tenant. For example, one more example. In case if you are aware of Snowflake also we do the same. We have something called as enterprise apps. From there we do tenants. Tenantship will be added. Azure cloud, Snowflake cloud. In case taken care by so-called tenant. So tenant is like a unique ID auto generate. Okay. Same way Azure cloud to DevOps cloud, Azure cloud to Power BI cloud, Azure cloud to AWS cloud, Azure cloud to Google cloud. Everywhere external bridge is called tenant. You got some idea now?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Next question, please.
For Python, I said you'll share a document, but the one you shared is like 360 pages. Is that the one, or is there any other?
It's not less than that. I'll double check it, okay? I'll recheck and send you the correct one. Should not be the first one. I remember I made it for I think only 30 to 35 pages actually. You have 28 pages. I'll double check it, okay? I'll send it in. Fine. So please.
One question.
Tell me, please tell me.
Synapse will support only relational or dimensional?
None of them. None of them.
I mean, multi-dimensional. Is it only support?
None of them.
None of them.
Nor multi-dimensional. None of them. Give me One week. 4 to 5 days time. You'll get it. None of them.
Okay. It's early fish.
Yeah, we'll do it. But none of them. Synapse does not support relations. We say foreign key is nice there.
Okay.
I'll show you. Give me some.
So it's analysis services.
That is Azure. That's a different again. Azure analysis is different.
Okay.
This one. Synapse is different. And Azure is different. Both are different. Different license.
But I mean, analysis services maintaining some data, and in Synapse we are maintaining some data. So what exactly the difference between these two this time?
I am. Simple. Azure analysis will maintain aggregated data, which is ready for reporting in a cube format. CUB cube format.
Okay.
We maintain heavy aggregated or two-dimensional data, but it is in table format. So table versus cube.
Okay. Thank you. So you mean to say that analysis services will make cubes which is denormalized data, so that they'll ready to use for generating the reports. And
Yeah,
the
data mapping.
SQL database, right? SQL database.
Exactly.
So it's a normalized data.
SQL database to Synapse to Azure SSD. The complete concept. Yesterday I was showing you on Azure PI website link, you remember?
Right. Yeah.
So there, OLTP to data warehouse to OLA.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello, Sai.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to ask, like, currently we are using a SQL server, right, as a SMS, so for the ETL activity. Okay, and suppose the company which have the MongoDB, so can we, is this similar kind of activity which we need to perform, like to connect and all, or is it a different one, or can we connect with the like Databricks to MongoDB?
We can connect. We can.
Yeah.
See, now universities use or migrate from their own instance, data environment to cloud. Say for example, companies are having line of business apps, a lot of Microsoft, say for example, SQL Server, right, or maybe vendor environment like Oracle and MySQL, and then data warehouse, assume these SQL Server based warehouse. So these companies migrate into cloud. How do they do? What are the things they look at? What do they do first? So, is there anything that somebody who has done or involved in can share? Of course, with the cloud, there are a lot of other things coming. Like, so for example, companies will be using, the machine learning, right? They can also make use of the graph, right? Graph algorithms and all.
I think I missed somewhere. I'll call you. I need to understand your question more. I'll give it. Okay, somewhere, something I need to retake one second. I'll talk to you sometime. I'll call you, okay? To understand your question.
Okay, thank you.
If it is something like end-to-end implementation of project work anyway, waiting for us in the course. If you are looking for something like migration from one cloud to another cloud or on-premise to cloud, part of the course anyway. But still, let me hear from you once again separate. It will do. I will call you. I think WhatsApp me, right? I could see. On WhatsApp message to you always.
If there are some, case studies, companies are there, maybe, yeah, if you can just point me to those URLs also, that might be, yeah, helpful. Okay.
I'll call you in another half an hour. Okay, I'll call.
Okay, thank you.
I'll confirm. Fine, friends, please go through the things carefully. I gave effective answers also to everyone. Please go through them carefully. Take your time and complete everything by weekend. Please do. Meeting tomorrow as usual.